how's it going, all you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loom train. It's me, it's JJD. JJ Double J, the Illuminator here, the sweet one. Also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames, but we won't get into that right now. You ever hear the expression, I'm sure you have, when someone says, hey, where you from? Around here, it really doesn't matter because we're such a small community in New England that it really doesn't matter because most people, and let me tell you this little story, because the moral of this, I'll tell you before I even tell the story, the moral is that most people will live and work pretty much in the same town that they were born in, or at least around here, because most people are born like in a hospital in the big city like Providence or Boston or whatever, but most people will live pretty much, and I don't know if this is everywhere, but around here they did a study and they said that most people will live, and I'm kind of going a long way around with this, but most people will live most of their life within a mile of where they grew up. And it certainly is true around here. So many people, they don't travel, they don't go places, which I guess traveling is, but we're such a small community, and I've said this before about, there's an expression around here, if it's longer than 20 minutes away, it's an overnight trip, because everything is so close-knit, you know, and there's a lot of little things I've said about the same type of things. You know, people, they shop in the same town that they live in. They get their food, you know, when it comes to restaurants or pizza or Chinese, it's always in the same town they live in. No one wants to even go one town over, for the most part, around here. And it's weird because it's really the way it is. Most people are that way. So we don't really say where you're from around here. But it got me thinking, this is YouTube. I mean, it's potentially people from all over the world could be watching this video. But it got me thinking about other people. Is it always like this? Or are any of the people watching and listening from other parts of the world, or this country, maybe even this state? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're watching us where you're from, but, you know, I was wondering if you could put a comment down. You don't have to put the actual town or anything, but put a comment if you want to about what state you're living in now, or what part of the country you're living in now, and if it's where you grew up. It would be interesting to see if people actually in other parts of this world, if it's kind of like it is here in southern New England, how people pretty much, you know, they will live within a mile of the house they grew up in, and they will, in a lot of cases, work in the same town, even though there might be better jobs, you know, 15 minutes away, 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away. They'll stay close just to where they live, for whatever reason. You know, they used to say around here to stay loyal to the people in the neighborhood. And to an extent, a lot of people do that. They go to the closest gas station to gas up, the closest barber, you know, or hair salon, the closest auto mechanic, the closest eye doctor, the closest doctor. I understand back in the day, and even to now in small communities and small towns, but even though we are small states around here, it's really, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. You know, we're not horse and buggy communities anymore, where you have to stay where you are to be able to get everything that you need, you know. I don't know, I just thought it'd be interesting to find out, is this true everywhere? Are you still living in the same state that you grew up in? Have you moved because of one thing or another? Around here, it doesn't happen too often. It's not really the norm, so I was just curious. If you want to, put the information below. You could be as very vague as possible. I'm not looking to go and stalk anybody or anything like that. But just if you feel comfortable, you know, just put generic terms if you want. Just be as true as you can. Anyway, enough of that. Back is feeling kind of a little bit better today. Hopefully things are all better for Monday for me to go back to work, and we will see. Thank you for your prayers and well wishes. I really appreciate it. I'm off to the races. I love you all. Take care. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back.
You know, I hate porridge. But if someone wants to buy it for me, it'll taste even better.